G'day mate, welcome to another channel update video with me, Jitty. Boy, it's been some time. It's been some time since we did a channel update video. Just a little while, a couple of months. And we have some things we need to cover. And I need to apologize. Also, really need to apologize for videos missing the schedule. But we're going to get into all of that sort of stuff. Today, we're going to be covering, well, the series that are currently on the channel and the series that are going to be ending on the channel very, very shortly. Also need to cover a couple of games that I missed playing that I do want to go back and have a look at. Also going to cover where you can find more JD. You know, if you're looking for me to play blah blah game, chances are there's a possibility I might have already played it. I don't know, but we're going to talk about that. And at the same time, at the end of the video, actually, no, then we're going to cover side projects. What are the reasons why videos are late or entirely absent? And then finally, we're going to cover what videos are coming next. And this is not done at all to, you know, stretch out the view time and make you guys watch the whole video, because, you know, the algorithm likes that. And I appreciate it, and that's the important thing. But before we get into any of that, I think we need to run an intro. And I've got a brand new one. So please, down in the comment section below, tell me what you think. Well, with the intro out of the way, it's time to cover channel updates and what's happened since the last channel update. So the last channel update is this one here, back in August, where, you know, I put some clickbait in the thumbnail, and that's not at all intentional. I didn't want you to click on the pretty kitty cats, but we've had some things happen since then. So, let's start with, well, games. Let's start with games that have been on the channel that I'd really like to go back to. I did cover a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, Infraspace. God, that one's hard to say sometimes. It is City Skylines meets Factorio, set in a surviving Mars sort of environment. It is a very, very interesting game. It is a game I'd like to play more of, but unfortunately needs a little bit more polish. It's not quite there yet, not quite ready for a Let's Play. It is a good game, don't get me wrong, but needs a bit more polish before we see a full Let's Play on it. At the same time, I do want to address Riftbreaker, the Riftbreaker. Funnily enough, I've played that since, well, in the alpha and in the beta. I've had access to it for about a year at this stage. And I actually really, really enjoyed the Riftbreaker. I did, as you can see, we covered the prologue, and I did a couple of tutorial videos. Funnily enough, the tutorial videos recorded a week and a half before the prologue video actually went live, because scheduling and timing, and unfortunately they didn't get the reception I thought they would. Consequently, even though I wanted to do a Riftbreaker series, I've decided not to. And some of that comes down to just the views weren't there, and also some of it comes down to I just don't have time. We're coming into November, December. We're about to hit the summer school holidays here in Australia, which means I have kids home for weeks and weeks on end. Also, side note, since the last channel update video, I've had kids home non-stop because we've been in statewide COVID lockdown, which sort of explains some of the absent videos, some of the missing videos, and also the fact JD sounds absolutely exhausted because he's recording at home whilst the kids are at home, which any other parent out there may understand how difficult it is to keep kids quiet that range from, like, the youngest is the youngest of the youngest at school, and the oldest is still at school as well. They are still children. They are still very loud, ruckus children, which means I've been up all night recording and then up all day trying to do homeschooling. So, JD's been exhausted for a couple of months now. Anyway, that's enough of that. Unfortunately, Riftbreaker didn't get the views I was looking for the tutorials. Have decided, just due to scheduling and everything else, that I don't want to add more things to my plate right at the moment. We're not going to be doing a full Let's Play for YouTube. There is a chance I may do, as they've just added Twitch integration to the campaign. There is a chance that I will be doing a campaign over on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, Twitch is a good place if you want to find content that you wish JD played more of. In fact, actually, if we go over there, we can see there's a good amount of Factorio and other random games as well. We do play random games, some really, really random games where I became a cult leader, or I played with a tanks that used automation. Weird games. I do play some weird games over at Twitch. Also, you might notice that we've been playing Satisfactory currently. I do stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Well, basically Sydney time. I started around about 10 p.m. Sydney time, and sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later. Generally, it's around about 10 p.m. If you live in Europe, it's around about midday. If you live in the US, I would apologize that it's the crack of dawn for you guys, but it's not my fault you guys live so far in the past. It's not my fault that when I'm ending Friday night, you guys are just starting Friday morning. My only suggestion, if you want to watch more, is come move to further into the future. It's entirely your fault. I'm sure you can understand that, but it is what it is. I do recommend that if you're interested in finding out when I stream, you can click over here to the About page. And there's a historic schedule right here, which is localized to your time zone. You might need to be logged in. I'm not sure. But it is localized to your time zone. So as you can see, I start around about 10 p.m., right when I'm recording this, on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I stream for 4 to 8 hours, sometimes 9, sometimes 10. At the same time, like I said, a whole lot of Factorio, and I am currently doing Satisfactory. So I have had a lot of people ask me when I'm going to look at Satisfactory. I have looked at Satisfactory in the past. Update 5 is now out with dedicated servers. We do have a dedicated server running currently, which is full of only the most premium quality spaghetti. And yes, that is over on Twitch. Now, Twitch videos do eventually make it across to YouTube. They do go on the Jetty Raw and Uncut channel. It is a second channel. Again, I will leave a link to this along with my Twitch channel down in the description below. And over here, you can see all sorts of games I have played, like Grounded. Grounded was a whole bunch of fun. Also, Astoneer, recently played Astoneer. More Factorio with the Fish Defender map for something completely different. Also, more Dyson Sphere, in case you want more Dyson Sphere. And Rimworld. Rimworld has been requested for so many years. There is a whole series of Rimworld over on the second channel that you can go check out. At the same time, I will request, as I am a YouTuber and it is written into my contract, I need to ask you to subscribe to that channel, and this one if you haven't already. At the same time, if you'd like this video, I'd very, very much appreciate it. So, back to the current dilemma. And this is something I need to add in because, like I said, we've been in 3 months of statewide COVID lockdown. Things have been a little bit delayed, and things have been delayed for a number of reasons, and I'm going to put some pictures up currently for you. It's been delayed because I have been trying to convert my garage into an actual recording studio. And progress has been slow. Progress has been slow for a number of reasons. 1, because I'm doing all the work myself. 2, because I'm doing all the work myself whilst trying to record videos during the nights, whilst trying to homeschool during the day, whilst staying up till 6 a.m. streaming on the weekends. You can see why Jetty might be a little bit tired and why some videos might get missed. It also means over the last, I don't know, 2-3 months, the schedule has thoroughly changed for my recording. Rather than me recording and then basically editing in the same day and uploading, it's gone from recording one day, well, say recording on a Monday night or Tuesday morning, or depending on the time zone, to then editing Tuesday, to then rendering on Wednesday, to finally uploading on Thursday. Which means I am thoroughly delayed on things happening. It also means that I am behind the comments section, I'm behind in this, I'm behind in that, because I am literally dedicating my time between, well, homeschooling, working in the studio, and recording videos. That's pretty much it. And as you can see, there's been a fair bit of work. Each of the photos that I've put up, well, have been May through to now, and like I said, I'm doing all the work myself. In fact, I need to do a whole bunch of electrical work between now and Christmas. So there's a few things I still need to do. But yeah, it has led to a couple of delays with videos. So the studio updates out of the way, and me having to get electrical in real soon. I am planning on being in and using the studio prior to Christmas, which also means I have like a 6-week deadline to get the last of the work done, and the computers down there, and networking in, and power hooked up properly. And there's a few things to do. Actually, in fact, I might just scroll through the screen, a quick list of the short list of what still has to be done. But yes, I do need to thank my lovely Patreon members. My lovely Patreon members have been funding this little side project. That has cost me one arm, one leg, and definitely a kidney. Good news is I have a spare kidney. The left arm, it's all right. I've worked out a way to use my left foot for the WASD, and the right arm is still being used for the mouse. But yeah, it's been an expensive project. Unfortunately, I ordered all the hardware during this year, during COVID lockdowns, etc., when it was super duper expensive. And the only bright side is prices haven't really changed. The only bad news is I still have more things I need to order. So yeah, thank you guys so much to every single Patreon member, every single YouTube member as well, and also every subscriber over at Twitch. It all contributes currently to getting the studio done. Once the studio's done, I'll move in there. It does mean if we go into another COVID lockdown, I should be good, because funnily enough, we came out of statewide lockdown, and we had one of the kids go to school for 3 days. 3 whole days before there was an outbreak at school, and then we had all the kids home for another 2 weeks. Which is okay, because they go back to school tomorrow. For who knows how long. Anyway, back to the channel. So, first thing, I do need to apologize for all those Oni fans out there. Unfortunately, the expendables have been expended. There's just nothing I can do. The game is running so slowly, it's painful to record. Each video is taking 4 to 6 hours to record. And then, after I've recorded it, it's taking another, we can say, 4 hours to edit it. Just because there is so much footage that I need to cut and trim and remove and double check, and it's absolutely painful. So, Oxygen Included is unfortunately ending. In saying that, the Spaced Out DLC is coming closer to final release. When it goes into final release, the devs will be removing a whole lot of debug options that are slowing down the game. So I will probably look at Oni again once it goes into Oni Spaced Out DLC when it goes into final release. Once it goes into final release, I'll probably give it another look. But for right now, I just unfortunately need to cut the series because I just don't have the time. Next up is Timberborn. Timberborn, we are only a couple of episodes away from the end of the series. Much the same story, I'm just running out of updates per second. The game is getting slower and slower and slower to run, which is unfortunate. But in saying that, it means it's just time for a new series. So, Timberborn, we're going to be finishing up the current series. I figure it's only got a couple of episodes left, and then we're going to be going straight across to a brand new series in hard mode, because I hear hard mode is way harder. In fact, I know hard mode is way harder. Hard mode features water that doesn't run more often than it does run. So droughts are serious. So we're going to be swapping across to Timberborn in hard mode on a custom map, because the maps that come with the game, although they're good, some custom maps of people have put some real heart and energy into them, and there's one that I think would be particularly interesting. Anyway, we're going to swap across to a Timberborn hard series after the current series is finished. And then finally, I need to address the Factorio in the room. Yes, Factorio in the room. We're going to be starting a brand new Factorio series. I've been putting it off, mainly because I had promised we'd be doing some sort of biter-heavy combat series, and unfortunately, it just looks like I have played with every single biter mod there is. So, unless somebody comes up with some brand new mods, which there is a possibility, or possibly I find somebody to make some new mods, that's a possibility too, we're going to be doing something slightly different. We're going to be doing something so different that it's going to force me to throw out everything I know about Factorio and start afresh, which should be interesting. On top of that, it is mostly vanilla. Well, there will be some quality of life mods, but it's going to be mostly vanilla. So, with all that said, this is where I'm going to end this video. It's probably the last channel update video prior to Christmas, because, like I said, I've got 6 weeks. I've got 6 weeks to have everything done and moved into the studio. Actually, in fact, because of when school breaks up, I think I got 4 weeks. 4 weeks to have everything done, move to the studio, so I don't have time to make another channel update video. But it does mean I'm going to apologize in advance for any videos that are missing in the schedule over the next 5 6, 7, 8 weeks, whatever it happens to be. I will also mention that Timberborn is going to keep going 3 days a week. Factorio, which I don't guarantee will start this week. It might end up starting next week. Will also be 3 days a week. In saying that, there is one other game I do want to check out, which releases in December, I believe, which is Captain of Industry. That goes into beta in December. So maybe it'll be a short series of Factorio. I don't know. I don't know how long the Factorio series will take. We're only going to go as far as, well, what the goal is. But I'm not going to tell you what the goal is right now, and you're going to have to watch the first video of the series to work that one out. But with all that said, this is where I'm going to call it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And for the very, very last time, can you do me a favour? Can you say Merry Christmas to your mum for me? Alright, that's it. We're out. Thanks for watching. Bye.